Well, guys, many times in the show we talk about the different beers, all different flavors that the craft brew industry is bringing to us. And now root beer is making a comeback. Boozy, alcoholic-infused root beer coming out. And they call this hard root beer. One brand in particular has become very popular, referred to as Not Your Father's Root Beer, from Small Town Brewery in Wakanda, Illinois.
Mad overpriced, I might add.
Is it?
I saw it for $10.99 in Publix today.
For a six-pack?
For a six-pack. That's only like 5.9% alcohol.
Wow. But it is rated as a 94 out of 100 on Beer Advocate.
Yeah, Chucky had it. Chucky, you had that root beer, right? Yeah, he said it's good. Chucky liked it.
Said he liked it.
Dude, that sounds...
he butt-chugged it.
It sounds kind of dangerous to me, honestly, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Talk about overpriced, though. When I was in Bermuda a couple weeks ago, went to the Gosling's liquor store there and found a case of Yuengling. What would you think the cost was on that?
$6.77.
No, the case? I think
Case.
obviously you said overpriced,
case.
so I'm going to go $32.
$72 for a case of Yuengling in Bermuda.
$72?
$72. I
Now-
got a picture to prove it.
Do they have anything that's cheaper there, like the K-Leak or what's that?
Yeah,
K-Leak?
yeah.
The Bohemian beer, yeah, Kalik.
They had some stuff there that wasn't as expensive, but
Wow.
I just remember this one sitting there and
For
it had
Yuengling.
a sign on it, and it said Yuengling case, $72.
Like the cheapest stuff that's in most. You can get a 12-pack for $14 or something?
It's usually less than that, probably.
Yeah,
It's
right.
$10,
It's fairly cheap
$11,
here,
yeah.
right? I mean,
$14.95.
I know you can get a keg of it for around $75. Bought them before, man, and it's always a good go-to beer. But $72.
72.
But what do you guys make of the whole root beer thing? I mean, is that something that interests you guys?
Yes.
I
I'll try
love
it.
me some root beer, bro. I mean, if I get a 2-liter of root beer, I'll drink that shit in literally within a day. I'll drink the entire 2
Oh,
liter.
yeah.
I'm thinking I might even like it more because the one thing that keeps me from drinking a ton is that it's kind of sweet. You know, you're like,
Right.
after a while, you're like, man, I think my teeth are rotting out of my head here, dude. But the alcohol's got to kill some of that, right?
You're going to be like Brick Top from Snatch. No, Fikes, I'm sweet enough.
Yeah.
Well, in other beer news, another beer that's coming out here, this is in light of the sudden popularity. When I say sudden, it's really been going on for about 3-4 years now. The popularity of the Walking Dead TV series derived from the very popular comic book. Now they are, in fact, working on Terrapin Beer Company, the Georgia-based beer company, is working on a beer known as the Walking Dead Blood Orange IPA. This is actually a red India Pale Ale made with a blood orange peel.
Do you remember that from I want to say South something or other in Philadelphia? They had the Walker beer that was made with cranberries and roasted goat brain.
Yeah.
It was really. It
We
sounded
were talking
really
about it, I
good.
remember, yeah.
I would have ate it.
You know what I think
Drank
about
it.
it? I think that's probably another beer that's not going to last for a long time, and it's going to end up on somebody's shelf of beers that they've been collecting forever. Now, here's one good thing about it. When the Walking Dead time period, the zombie apocalypse actually comes about, I'm going to find that guy's house. He's probably going to have like 3,000 craft beers on the side. He's already become a zombie and died. So you'll be able to drink in the during the apocalypse,
What
right?
if it's already been drunk and it's just an item of savings?
See, I don't think most beer people don't do that. You got to keep the actual beer in
Yeah,
it.
but
It's no good.
It's an IPA.
It is an IPA.
It's not a savable beer. IPAs degrade over time.
Dude, I got a Billy beer that still has beer in it that you're not going to drink,
right,
but
but
it's
what kind
worth
of
more.
beer is Billy beer?
But it doesn't matter. It's worth more with the beer in it. Like that's why
Yeah,
people.
but if in the zombie apocalypse, you're not going to have a beer that's worth anything because it doesn't matter.
So you're saying if it's already on his wall and there's beer in it, it's not going to be any good. I can't.
No,
drink
you
it?
could drink it, but it's going to turn into something different.
Yeah, it'll taste bad.
Yeah, it'll taste funky.
I'll still drink it.
All right.
It's a zombie apocalypse. What do I got to lose?
That's true. Yeah, that's your only choice.
Order
then
in
drink
the
it.
court. Order in the court.
But I agree with you. It's going to wind up becoming it's really more of a collectible thing.
I think so. Right?
That's I mean, you run into people, you go into people's houses, they'll still have the Billy beer.
I
Remember the old-
got a can in my house.
A lot of people still have the
full
old Billy
can.
beer from the Jimmy Carter administration.
As a
Right.
matter of fact, the funny thing about that can of beer is it went through Delaware. It stayed in our refrigerator. It stayed in our refrigerator all the way through Virginia. When we moved all the way through Georgia, it stayed in our refrigerator. It wasn't until we moved to Florida that actually somebody was like, I'm taking, because it was actually probably good. I don't know if it would change. It was always at temperature. Would a beer last? Because I'm talking over.
It depends.
A
I know,
20-year span. That's almost 20 years that it was refrigerated.
I know with the Anchor Brewing does their Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's a different brew every year. They did a study on it, and they say it only lasts about 3 years, even refrigerated.
Even refrigerated. Okay.
Yep. Now that doesn't have a lot of preservatives in it though, like something like a Bud Light, that would last
a little longer.
A little longer.
I had a
It's kept it
3-year-old
darker.
Bud Light one time, and it was disgusting.
Oh, it's disgusting when it's new. So
Just
That's a
saying.
good point. That's a good point.
You do have a born-on date, though. So Walking Dead, will it have a... Will the Walking Dead beer have a died-on date?
yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I like that, dude. Right on, dude.
He's good.
Yeah, The Walking Dead. I don't know, man. Is that show still on? Right? They got a couple more.
Still on.
It's,
Yeah.
it's good. It has its moments. I heard this season didn't end all that great.
I don't watch it. I wanted to. I tried to watch. I watched the very first episode, and from what I hear, the first season was kind of was rough anyway. So I would like to go
first
back
season?
and yeah.
First season was great.
Yeah, see, I disagree.
was-
The first
it was
season
raw.
had me. The first season I was into it.
Two
The second
sucked.
season
Really?
was super slow. It lost me.
It's a farm.
That was
Yeah,
character.
on
It
the
was
farm.
character development time.
I
is
know.
what
I
was.
get it.
Exactly, Miggy. It was. It was all about character development, but it just took way too long. It wound up ending in a way that we all saw it coming. And then by the time it got to the third season, I don't know. I just felt like it jumped the shark.
Yeah, I mean, the first season was just gritty and raw, and
Yeah.
and you saw the evolution of what was happening, and then
Right.
you have to come to a point where you get the stretch out of the graphic novel, where you have to develop and meet with the old man and the thing, and
Well, you kill off after characters. You got to get some new ones.
yeah, the initial the season where they initially got into the prison, that was badass, dude. That was a badass.
That was
season.
season 3.
Season
yeah,
3,
but
yeah.
it dragged on. They just had a lot of that dragging stuff. But anyway,
Yeah,
Well-
I never made it past the first episode, so I got to go back.
There you go.
Well, Miggy, you bring up that was badass, but the way we end this segment every single week, the first segment, is with the badass of the week.
Badass of the week, badass of the week.
Now, see, this one will appeal to Joey. The badass of the week this week is pro surfer Mick Fanning.
Dude, this guy is badass all the way through and through. I seen this thing.
No, this
Although,
guy-
did you hear him? He said I was paddling it and screaming.
Now, this
I don't
is-
blame him.
That guy was lucky ass, is what it was.
Now, let's back up and tell the listeners, in case they haven't heard.
I'm sorry,
I don't know.
I jumped the shark. I
Maybe
guess.
they live under a rock. Maybe they live under a coral reef in this case. But Mick Fanning, pro surfer, 3-time world champion, attacked by a shark during the J-Bay Open Sunday off of South Africa. While he's trying to surf a wave, apparently a shark goes to attack him. He punches this thing reportedly a couple times. This is a true badass.
I think honestly, I saw the video. It looks like he slapped it a couple times. He was definitely, and he even no bones about it that he was definitely said that he was screaming on the way in. He was not trying to be extra brave. He was definitely freaking out and being like, "Oh my god!" But yeah, dude. I mean, what an incredible. I mean, could you not make a bigger exclamation point on the fact that there's been tons of shark attacks this year than that one happened during a pro surfing event?
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it. The video of it. That was insane.
I was in the Bahamas. I can't tell you exactly when I was. I was probably about 15, 16 years old, and we were on Eleuthera Island. I don't know if you've ever been to Eleuthera. Great.
I've been to Eleuthera.
Great island. Really nice cultural homey side, really rich side, and then a Club Med side.
Decent surf there.
Very good. And I'm scooting through the water, maybe about 4 feet of water, and I'm walking through, and I stepped on a good 9.5-foot sand shark. I mean, it took off with me on it. And I was Jesus for like 5 minutes. I walked on water all the way in.
There was a time Joey and I were doing quite a bit of surfing a number of years ago. You and I were going out to the East Coast all the time. Went all the way up to Cape Hatteras, did some surfing up there that year.
Nice.
We're getting ready.
Oh, yeah.
We're sitting out past the third break. This was over in the Cocoa Beach area.
Oh, you were good ways out.
Yeah, we were in the east, and Joey's getting ready to catch a wave, and at the last second he pulls out of the wave, just changed his mind. It looked like a perfectly good wave, and I kind of smack him on the shoulder and I said, "Look!" And as the wave barreled by, you could clearly see the definition of a fin and the entire shark body riding that wave into shore.
You know, the last time I went surfing here in Bradenton, which is odd.
Yeah, but
everybody's
you
like,
get
"Where?"
some good 6-footers.
Oh
out
no,
there
no!
sometimes.
I've surfed some of the best waves I've ever surfed. Like funny waves, but they're great in Bradenton. The last time I was there, it was right after there was like a little tropical storm out in the Gulf, and I take a wave, and you know how a lot of times during storm swell, waves will stack up. They're close together. They don't have that big lull in the middle. They're not glassy. They're just kind of choppy. Well, I take off on a wave. It's about it's really close to one of those. It was in Holmes Beach. It's one of those groins they call them, like they're like piers, but I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm taking off, and I'm actually heading towards it because it was like a left, and I was going to turn around and come back the other way. And as I look to turn back, there's a wave stacked up maybe 12 feet behind me, and I see a 6-foot hammerhead in it. I mean, clear as day, in the top of the wave, and he's
Hammerhead?
thrashing. hit the wave, went blam, and I'm like, man, I was kind of impressed with his moves, to be honest with you. I was like, that's a nice move. But I got to admit that I turned straight forward, headed right to the beach, floated all the way in, and literally stepped off my board onto sand. Dragged it right, skegs and all, right through the sand. Boom, I'm on the water. I'll see you guys later, man. I was like, done. I'm done with
Those
this guy.
hammerheads are tough, dude. Those hammerheads are mad tough, bro.
Well, guys, we're going to jump to a quick commercial break. All you Craniacs listening to the show, when you get back, we are bringing in the
Or
great...
when we get back.
When we get back and you get back, we are bringing in the great John Wilson, who has traveled a long way from Liverpool, England, to cross the pond, hang out with us, no good Yanks, on our radio show.
Oh, John Wilson.
And so we're looking forward to this. This has been something we've been waiting for a long time. Miggy had to caravan him in a very arduous journey via his car.
5 freaking hours.
So we're excited about this. All you Craniacs, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Well, Andrew. You've lived a pretty good life, it seems. Let's just take a look. No murder. No adultery. No stealing, not even as a child. Very impressive.
Well, thank you, sir.
In this new age, you have to be accountable in all facets of your life.
Well, what else is there?
It is time to check your browser history.
A dirty browser history may keep you out of heaven, but don't let it ruin your legacy here on Earth. At LegacyLock, we believe your secrets are no one's business but yours, even in death. Our patented heart monitor notifies operators the moment of your passing within minutes, so LegacyLock teams can swarm on your home and office, removing any embarrassing material. We don't like to divulge our trade secrets, but you'll rest assured we'll be in and out, and no one will know. You're going to die. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Call LegacyLock, and your cookies won't crumble you.
Hello, I am Dr. Ira Goldman, 3-star board-certified rated plastic surgeon taking over for the newly retired Dr. Raji. I will continue his legacy of excellence. It is now my turn to share an important message with the growing number of older men out there. Have you ever felt an excruciating pain in your stomach? Do you believe you have a hernia only to find out you're sitting on your testicles? Have you developed a rash on your beanbag from a dirty locker room floor? Up until now, Triple S, or saggy scrotum syndrome, has been an affliction that many men have just had to live with. Life without Triple S is no longer a fantasy. I use the tried and successfully utilized techniques of Dr. Raji for full scrotum rejuvenation therapy. Throughout a series of operations and an exercise regimen, I can give you back the testicles of a 20-year-old man. Call during this commercial and I'll also give you back the foreskin of a Greek god. Let's hear from some of our related patients. Patient number 1.
For the last 30 years of my life, I've just wanted to die. My scrotum hung so low that when I went to the bathroom, it was like I was making test tea. Ha-ha! Get it? Since my rejuvenation and optional foreskin reformulation, I'm ready to take my piggy to market again. Thank you, Dr. Goldman.
Patient number 2. After almost suffocating my wife with my enormous droopy matzo balls, my friend Moish told me about Dr. Goldman's testicle rejuvenation. Yes, it took several invasive operations. But it's not like I had anything better to do. Now I can take Goliath down with my sling. Oh, thank you, Dr. Goldman. So call me, Dr. Goldman, at 1-555-541-SACK to begin your transformation today.
There we go.
There's nothing quite like the Cranial Mission show on a Friday evening. You sat there on your own, lonely. You think to yourself, God damn it, I'm a loser.